morning, everyone. I hope you're here. I know it's early for some of you. Some of you are at work, maybe sneaking on. Some of you are getting ready for bed. But this was the best I could do this week, and I didn't want to skip another live. Let me look and see if my sound is okay, do a sound check, and see if I'm painting by myself or not. Hang on. Okay, so far it looks like I am by myself, but that's okay. I hope you all join me soon. I am going to start with painting my background, and I was going to let you guys choose what I'll be painting this morning, if it's nice and simple. And if not, I'm going to go ahead and paint a simple little waterscape. But first I'm going to put a ground color on. I'm going to use skin tone mid, but it's a darker, like similar to yellow ochre. So I'm just going to wait for you guys to jump on if you're there. Hi, Leanne. Good evening. It's rare to say that to you. Leanne is coming from Australia, for those who don't know that. And she's in the Perth area. So I hope you had a good day, Leanne. I'm turning my head so I can see my answer to my questions on my computer. Okay, so right now I am going to get started. Let's see. Let me move over here. Yeah, Aussie. Let me see. Okay, so I'm just going to paint my canvas right now, the background, nothing special. Just going to hurry up and maybe I'll add a little airbrush medium on my brush and just real quick paint my background. I use airbrush media because it kind of smooths it on a little easier, and most of the time I put it directly on the canvas and then add my paint. But since I didn't do that, I'm just going to do it the other way. You could mix airbrush medium with your paints, and it just goes a little bit better, especially with these more budget type canvases. It's not so rough and you don't get rid of your paint so easily. I like that, I can't remember what it's called, and I keep trying to tell you guys and then I forget, but it's something that I protect my canvas with, and if I see it laying around, I'll tell you what it is. But it's so nice. It's so much nicer than regular saran wrap. Oh, I wish I could remember the name of it. I might have to hop over while this is drying and grab it and let you know. But I love it. I have even wrapped the outside of packages. If I painted my packages, I have even wrapped the outside of my packages with it, and it stayed. I was shocked. I know Sherry had gotten one like that once before when I sent her a giveaway, and I painted the box with like a Monet, I believe. Maybe not. No, I think she painted my package with a Monet. I painted hers with some trees. Some birch trees. Anyway, I used that wrap, that kind of a clingy wrap on the outside, and it stayed intact. I was shocked. Now I'm going to run over and see if I could find it and tell you what the name is. Ah, I found it. It's called Press and Seal. Press and Seal wrap. Anyway, I love this stuff. I cover the bottom of my easel where I put my canvases, and it's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna come back over and do a sound check. And adjust everything just a little bit. Okay, so I was gonna leave it viewer's choice, but what I think I'm gonna do here is just paint a kind of a water scene, a waterscape scene. Get my brushes out of the way. And let's see how that's gonna look if I flip this around. Okay. So anyway, I have a 11 by 14 size canvas, so it should go a little bit faster. And let's see here. I'm gonna change my, just gonna move this over just a little bit. There we go. Ah, technology. So how are you doing, Leanne? You doing okay? Oh, let's see here. Oh boy. I was thinking about, oh, I guess I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about blow drying my canvas, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint a water scene, unless you have a better idea. You're very tired? Okay. So if you're tired, you don't have any ideas? I'm going to put some colors on my canvas here, on my palette. Let's see, switch this around. Okay, trying to find a clean spot. Okay, this is a little better to do it this way. And I am going to, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going to use some blues. I'm going to start out with a light blue. This one is Matisse Cobalt Turquoise. Kookaburra. I have a nice picture of a kookaburra somewhere. That's one of the Australian birds. Is that your state bird or country bird or whatever? Do you do that like we do here? Anyways, get another brush out. It's early morning, so you're gonna have to forgive me. I added a blue there. I'm gonna add some titanium white to that and make it a light blue. And this is gonna be the sky. So wet my brush a little bit. And put my sky in. Want it so light because I want to be able to see the clouds. So let's see what we have here. Okay. So I'm going to start out with my blue. It's kind of, it's a pretty kind of an aqua blue. Uh-oh, I should have waited a few more minutes. That's okay. I'll put a little white in there as I go down. Yeah, I think what I'm going to have to do is blow dry this canvas, because it's morning and I cannot delay the painting. So what I'm going to do is switch over to the canvas. Good morning, Bonnie. Switching over to the canvas, and I'm going to grab my blow dryer so that I can dry the outside here. Okay, I am back, and all I'm going to do is switch over. Let me let some more light in the room. Okay, I'm going to switch over, and in a second I'm going to blow dry. I just painted on my background, so of course my first layer, so of course it wasn't dry yet. And so I'm going to dry it real quick. So I'm just going to turn it down and dry it. You guys could talk amongst yourselves for a second. Okay, that's much better. Okay. So anyway, I have a very full day today, and then I have to go to work tonight. But I was up since 5 this morning because I'm having house guests in a couple of days, and I'll be working night shift for the next 2 nights. So whatever I have to get done, I have to get done now. So I was doing some things at 5 this morning, so that's kind of why I planned this for 10 also, was so that I'm not so jammed up. And I didn't want to miss another week of painting with you guys, or I can at least keep this painting up so that those of you who can't watch it can tune in later and still watch it. So this is going to be one of those days that don't end because I won't be back from work until morning. So, but that's how it goes. Okay. So I'm going to throw some clouds in here. Just throw a little semblance of some clouds. Give them a chance to get it a chance to kind of dry out a little bit. I'm going to hit this with the blow dryer again. I don't usually do this, especially at night, but I'm going to do it this time. I'm gonna play with the clouds. That was just too wet to do that. So now I'm gonna just add a little bit more on here. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit of magenta on here. Quinacridone magenta. If I could find it in my little stash of stuff. I don't know. It might be harder than I thought. Got my phthalo blue. And here's my quinacridone magenta. No, that's not it. Okay. Add a little bit more white. Oh, I had it on here all along. Just a touch of the magenta, just a touch for some added color. Whoop. And some more white. Just throwing some clouds on here. Just make it a little more interesting. Okay. And I need some more white. Wipe that off. And let's see, George is in here to read to me, so I'll have to glance to see if you have any questions. Oh, Elena's on. Good morning, Elena. Elena works night shift too, so I thought she would be sleeping. I thought I'd be the only one up painting. This is gonna be a paint and run. Okay. So I'm spending probably more time on the clouds than I will be on the rest of the painting. Okay. Those clouds in there. Just adding a few more layers. Clouds. Okay. And a little bit more titanium white on my palette. Before I switch over to my water. Touch here. All right, so I have some clouds on there. I think I'm going to add a little bit of more blue. Okay, so there's some clouds. Now let me see if I can change this a little bit. I'm going to go my canvas only, and I'm going to change the color of it a little bit, the brightness. Okay, canvas. Down just a little. There we go. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Now, I'm going to get back into my blue. So I'm going to add some more of this cobalt turquoise and white. And some of that. I'm kind of doing this strangely because I put the clouds in first. I didn't like the way that color was turning out. In the sky color. So I'm just touching that up a little bit. With my aqua color. Alright. I'm liking that much better. Okay. This is what I like. Now, I haven't done oils. I'm not an oil painter. But from what I understand, You can't go layering on top like this with oil, or you get mud. So I am all about instant gratification and fixing things while I'm at it. All about that. So that's working out. Working out fine. Okay, so I got my sky in. And then I'm going to be adding my my water. So with my water, I will be using, what are these right here? Some ultramarine blue, because I want my water to be more of a cooler color, so a little bit more of a contrast. And then I'm not going to have to worry about the horizon so much, because I will be adding some trees to the sky. I mean, to the sides and to the bottom. So I'm not really worried too much about the perfect line kind of thing. So I mixed some titanium white with my blue, and I'm going to be putting in my water. So there's a little bit of a difference in the color. Just after the clouds, everything should go pretty fast. And I'll probably be whitening up the clouds more too, after I give them a chance to dry a little bit. Okay, so ultramarine blue and titanium white. Sort of a lake here. A little more water. Okay. Okay. Now, if you're watching, hit like, so I'll know how many are here. And if you haven't seen my channel before and you like to watch painting, then go ahead and subscribe. And then if you really get supportive, then share. You can share on Instagram. It doesn't have to be on your Facebook page. And if you have a channel too, you can share on a similar video of yours. And then that way people could watch similar paintings that they like. So you could do that too. That's another option. I'm going to flip it upside down. And then get this bottom part. And add some more titanium white, ultramarine blue to the palette. And get some water on here and then get the bottom part of this painting, of this canvas. So it's upside down if you're just tuning in. Okay. Okay. Alright, so this is it right side up, and I'm going to wipe my brush off and add some more white to these clouds, because these clouds are just a little bit dirty looking on my canvas. Does it still look bright on yours? Still looks a little bright on yours. So let me take that brightness out a little bit more. Okay. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, join in the conversation. I know it's early for most of you. For you night people over there in the UK, now's your chance to join in on the chat, especially if you had trouble finding it before. And I'm just going to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to add some more white to this. Okay. I'm going to add some more blues in between. Now my aqua blue is the one that's on top, and my ultramarine blue is the one on the bottom. I'm just kind of fixing this up. I was a little too impatient at the beginning and didn't let it dry that well. So I'm layering these clouds some more. And it looks a mess right now, but I'm going to add some white to this later. Just getting rid of some of this, some of that yellow that came through. Okay. Now I'm going to add some yellow to my canvas and add some flowers and some leaves and stuff like that. So I'm going to start doing that now. Get in there and add some of that. So here's my yellow mixed with my ultramarine blue, and then I'm mixing a little of that with my warmer color, and I have like a soft color here, so I'm going to stick some leaves in here. Do that on both sides. Add a little bit of yellow to that. this side too. And then go on top. Go into the blue, the ultramarine blue, and some magenta. Get more of a pinkish color and add that in there. And then go to the bottom. I get a skinnier brush for that. And then add in my some of my grasses. So I mix some ultramarine blue, some of that more aqua blue, and I'm gonna put some grasses in there. Here's my grasses. Need a little more water on my brush. That's a little more close up. This one I'm going to have a little bit more skinnier flowers. Skinnier flowers, but I meant grasses. And when I paint, and a lot of people paint, we start mixing words up because that other brain is kicking in. So I'm doing some grasses right here. Okay. Then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to get another brush, another brush right here, and get some more flowers in there. So I really like that. So I'll put some more flowers in here. Okay, and then just do like that. Has a little white on my brush. A little bit of this. And I'd like to add a little bit of some phthalo blue on there to make it more purple. Let's see if I can find some phthalo blue in my collection of. Running out of that. That's how I know it's the phthalo blue. Put a little phthalo blue on here. And I'm going to mix that with my quinacridone magenta and then get more of a purple color. So I will put that where you could see that mix. So a little purple and quinacridone magenta and a little white. A little phthalo blue, quinacridone magenta, and a little white. I meant to say. And then that'll give me a purple color. So I'm going to put some purple in here. Some purple and let's see. Touch it into some white. I'm going to do that more on the outside. So, whoop. Okay, that was a little too loaded. Okay. Do that more on the outside. A little here. Okay. Now this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back into my white. And I'm going to fix those clouds up, and then I'll do a little bit of a reflection of the clouds into my water. Okay. So I had trouble with clouds, didn't let everything dry. See if it's dry. Still not dry. So I'm going to turn this down and dry it real quick. And I'm actually remembering to turn it back up. That's a shock. Okay. So let me go back and do something with these clouds. Because I just didn't like the first ones. I just didn't. So let me just fix those up a little bit. Usually don't have this much trouble with clouds. I did on one of my videos. I think it was everything was too wet there again. But if I take my time, I really like doing clouds, and I don't usually have trouble with them. Just dab them on there, because you know why? Clouds, you'll never see the same clouds twice. So I don't worry about it, because you can look up at the sky and see clouds and say, those don't look like clouds. That's not how clouds are supposed to look. Or I've looked at the sky and said, now that's too corny. If I put 3 clouds in my paintings that look just like that, it would be like, really? It looks like a cartoon. But that's how the clouds were looking that morning. So that's why I don't worry about it. So yeah, so I just try to vary the colors a little bit, and let's see, I might get into my a little more purple and a little more white. Just vary the color so they're not all the same color. Okay, there you go. Oh, there I am again, not waiting long enough. pink in these. And then just some white. Get some whites in there. Alright, so here's what I want to do, guys. I'll never get around to it. I like to put some clouds in the bottom, kind of reflective of what you see up there. And because the bottom is dry, it's going so much easier. But anyway, so I'm kind of working upside down. The easiest way to do that would be to flip it this way so that your brain is not struggling, and then make some more clouds in the sky, and go here and make some more, and make some more clouds. So that's a reflection of what's going on the top. Okay, so that's what that is going on there. Okay. And grab some more whites. Okay. So there we go. There we go. I like to get the white and then define some of the edges a little bit. And note to self, let the stuff dry. It's okay. Okay. So it's a cloudy day up there. Kind of a cloudy day down here. Okay. And then I want to go a little more. Oh. A little bit more. Okay. Mix it up just a little bit. Let's see. Okay. All right. So that's kind of that. Let's see. Yeah. Now, what I do need to fix is some of my grasses. So I need to go back into those colors and then just have because you don't want your clouds to be over the grass. Okay. And of course, I need some of that, some stems and stuff like that up here. Okay. Mix that up a little bit. Go into my yellow. that up a little bit. And some of my greens. Okay. That's it. All right. So that's a little quickie. That's a little quickie. That's okay for first thing in the morning. I'm gonna switch over now. Let's see. Let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Move this over. Okay. There you go. And let's see. Canvas only. I'm gonna see if I could make it a little out there a little bit more. Let me see. Okay, let's see. Camera control. And I'm gonna zoom out and pan over and tilt it up just a little. Okay. All right. Raise the volume. All right, I'm back. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Let me see here. Where am I? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh boy. Let me see if I could see you guys. All right, now I'm gonna switch over. All right, so do you guys like the, I really wasn't saying a whole lot. I was just talking to myself. I'm gonna switch over to me. Oh gosh, transition. See, I don't have George to tell me what's going on, and I can't see the computer and my easel at the same time. But I really wasn't saying much, and you guys were talking anyway. So how are you guys this morning? Hi, Dawn. Let's see, Cheryl, Gail. Oh my goodness. Where did you guys all come from? Oh, geez, it's nice having you join me. That was something. Yeah, I knew at one point I was going to, I knew at some point I was going to not turn my sound back up, but that's okay. I was just kind of talking about what I was doing, and you could see what I was doing anyway. Anyway, I was saying that's why you have to let your paints dry and not have your canvas still wet if you have a yellow underneath, and then you're going to put a blue on top because you'll end up with green. So, so anyway, I had that little mess going on for a while, and I still need to touch it up and put my aqua back in there between some clouds so it makes more sense on the bottom and it looks more like a reflection. But anyway, that was funny. So I wasn't talking because I was in, oh, I'm making a big mess zone. That's the zone I was in. Anyway, so what are you guys going to do today? Thank you. What are you guys going to do today? I know Leanne's going to go to bed. I might fix this while I'm still talking to you. But yeah, that was pretty, that got scary. So how are you all doing? I got my UK friends on, huh? Go to sleep. Who's going to sleep? You're going to sleep, Leanne? You guys, if you're up late, you can go on and go to bed. I know it's afternoon in the UK, and they don't usually get to see me in the because it's midnight. Oh, you're going to a wedding, Dawn? Oh, nice. Very nice. I haven't been to a wedding in a while. I don't go to that many weddings. I guess I'm out of the age group of getting invited to a lot of weddings. Which that's all right, you know, because it's not cheap anymore when you get invited to a wedding. It's not cheap. I'm going to fix this while I talk to you all. Oh, boy. Yeah, so it really does help when you're in that frame of mind to paint. Now, I usually paint at night anymore, even though I'm a morning person. So I wasn't really in my relaxed, I'm a little sleepy and ready to paint like I usually am. So it was interesting doing this morning thing. Even though I was up since 5-ish, I was in a clean the house zone. That is such a different frame of mind than a painting frame of mind. So I hope nobody was painting with me, because that would have been rough. I'm not even going to leave this on here. I'm not even going to leave this up. I'll put the painting up in the group, but I'm not going to leave the painting up. I'm going to switch it back over to all three. Switch it back to all three while I talk to you. Okay. Anthony, how are you, Anthony? Oh my goodness. I was just wondering about you not that long ago. I hadn't seen you on Facebook in a while. So where are you doing your painting? Just YouTube, or did you give up on YouTube and go somewhere else? Because I used to see you on painting on Facebook. And I don't know, that's brave. I don't like my friends to see me paint. My people that I knew before I painted. I don't know what that's about. So how are you doing? I hope you've been well. I'm just fixing some messes I had while I talk to you guys. I actually technically officially finished this painting, but I was rushing a little too much because I was still in hurry up and clean the house before my house get here kind of mindset. So right now I'm just kind of fixing things a little bit and playing around and doing that kind of thing. So leave it up. Leave up all my mess ups. All right, well, you know what, I don't profess to be perfect, so I don't mind leaving it up. I'm fine with that. You know, I am totally fine with leaving it up, because it's just a back and forth. A lot of these things you do are just back and forth, and you play around, and sometimes that ends up being your best painting. I might have thrown away one painting, and I know I've said that before. There's no point in throwing away a canvas. I mean, unless you are just in such a rotten mood that you just need to do that. I'm not in rotten moods too often. I think I would scare myself. But yeah, you don't really need to do that, to resort to throwing a painting away. You really don't. You just go back with your background color that you had, And if you don't feel like painting, you could write down what colors you used and then go back and put those colors back in and kind of like start again, kind of like I'm doing. So you don't have to get rid of it. You don't have to gesso over it. Painting is gessoing over it. I mean, this almost looks better already. And I definitely didn't gesso. So that's my suggestion. Leave it up. Okay. I'll leave it up. I'll leave it up then. But yeah. And now I have some layers too, just from you know, paint that's dried on there and that kind of thing. So people like to see that thickness, the layers in the paint. So it's doing it without even adding a medium, because that's because of what I had in there. So it just adds another dimension, I think. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing some fixes and, you know, that kind of thing. Let's see, what's Cheryl saying? Oh, I missed it, Cheryl. Yes, I love the others there too. I also volunteer and paint with the Alzheimer's patients. Okay, let me see what you're doing, Cheryl. You're gonna have to repeat it now because your thing went by. So tell me what you're doing. You're going to the nursing homes and painting with people in the nursing homes? Is that it? That's really awesome. Elena used to sing in the nursing home. My mom was in there for a little bit when she got really bad. And she ended up staying because she couldn't pass rehab enough to for me to be able to keep taking care of her at home. So I had her in a nursing home near me so I could be there almost every day. And Elena would sing to her. Elena has a beautiful voice. And Elena would sing to her, and people would come out of people's relatives would come out of their rooms to see who was singing. And it just felt so good to make the residents feel better. It just felt so good to add that little spark in their day. And I imagine that's what it feels like painting in a nursing home. I thought about actually doing that. Yeah. That's awesome, Cheryl. Okay, I guessed it right then. If I didn't guess it right, it would have been embarrassing because I would have been going on and on about something and you weren't even saying that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave this like it is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave this like it is. Get rid of whatever hard lines I have. Oh, you know what? I can't leave the I can't leave my clouds on top of my leaves. And then after I get that right, then we'll be okay. We'll be done with this painting. But yeah, I gotta fix that. I can't have my clouds on top of my leaves. That's a problem. Okay, that's much better. Much better. Now I have my clouds mixed in my leaves, but nobody knows that they're clouds. Oh, too funny. Okay, that's better. Anyways, I guess you noticed that I don't take my Um, I don't get too worried about what I'm doing when I paint because it's all so fixable. And if you get nothing else from this, you do get that. You got opinions on that, Anthony, if you're still on? How fixable acrylic is? Like, I love that quality. I love that quality about acrylics. Very forgiving. I like that word, forgiving. Yes, I like that word. So that's what I enjoy about it, because you know, even if you had in mind what you were going to paint, sometimes you accidentally change directions, and it's okay when you even accidentally change directions, because sometimes you like it even better, you know, than your original. Sometimes it's even better. Okay, so I think I'm gonna call it, finished, and see if I could find it to show you a little better. Yeah, let's see. Zoom, apply, okay, all right, now I'm gonna have to lighten it up. Now I have to do the opposite, so let me lighten it up. See, I have to keep changing because the sun is changing outside. So there we go. Okay. All right, you going to bed, Leanne? All right, you have a good night. Okay, gotta go to bed now. I have an early start Saturday morning. Thanks for popping in to watch. Good night, all. Okay, good night. Oh, it's getting to be 11 o'clock anyway. It's getting late. I just want to catch up in case anybody had any questions. Let's see. And I'm playing with this a little bit. And I don't know. I got someplace to go too. I don't know why I'm playing around so much. There we go. Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see. Let me see what I missed. Ooh. You're welcome, Dawn. Good night, Elena. Elena works night. She's got to go to bed. Good night, Cheryl. Let me say bye to everybody because I don't know if I saw everybody. Leanne, Bonnie. Okay, Elena, Cheryl. Cheryl, got her already. And Gail. All right, Elena. Okay, thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for joining me. Let me switch over to my mug. Thanks everybody for joining me. You all have a good night. I had fun, even though I wasn't really in the frame of mind for painting, but I got in the frame of mind once I got going, because that's why I forgot to turn my sound back up. But thanks anyhow. Love you guys. See ya. See you later. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Bye-bye. I'm glad you had a good time, Bonnie. We'll see you later.